Under Class Q, agricultural buildings are eligible to be converted into residential dwellings without express planning permission, subject to certain conditions and criteria being met under the regulations. To be eligible, the building in question has to be solely in agricultural use as part of an agricultural unit being used for the purposes of a trade or business rather than an agricultural hobby. This has to have been the case on the 20th of March 2013, or if not in use on that date, the last time it was in use. Under Class Q there are a few restrictions. You're only allowed to develop 3 larger houses with a maximum of 465 square metres, or 5 smaller houses, each no larger than 100 square metres. The regulations do allow for a mix of the larger and smaller homes, but there are to be no more than 5 in total, and no more than 3 are to be of larger size. If the site is subject to an agricultural tenancy, express consent is needed from the landlord and the tenant before you proceed. And development under Class Q is prohibited in some circumstances where permitted development rights have already been utilised, and where they're in specific areas such as a conservation area or an area of outstanding natural beauty. Once prior approval has been given for Class Q, the development in question has to have been completed within 3 years from the date of the prior approval. Although there are no formal planning applications required, as it's a permitted development right, prior approval is required to be sought from the council prior to proceeding with the development. The council can refuse to grant prior approval for this Class Q permitted development in respect of transport and highway impacts, noise impacts, contamination and flooding risk, design and appearance of the building, and location and siting if the building is undesirable or incompatible to be changed to a dwelling use. Additionally, the structure has to be capable of conversion as opposed to the works being so extensive as to constitute a complete rebuild. So therefore the works have to be reasonably necessary to convert the building into a dwelling house.